Happy New Year! Sorry for not uploading. I obviously, if you haven't heard my voice, I've been a bit ill, but I'm still recovering. But I just wanted to make a video for the New Year's since it's New Year's and Happy New Year's. But basically, the point of this video is actually talking about the New Year's. That's why I wanted to record it, even though I'm ill. But the thing is, this new year, even though this isn't the real new year, it's actually in May, but regardless of that, it's still a lovely chance and opportunity to, be the person that you want to be and to start that mission and to, it's such a good excuse to motivate yourself regardless of if it's the real new year or not. Who cares? It's just we're coming into something fresh, and this is your chance to think what do I actually want to do for myself in this new year, and who am I trying to be, and what habits am I trying to drop, and do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, right now we're kind of in that in between period of you now and then the you that you're becoming. So there's that weird little in-between space. And honestly, it's difficult because obviously you don't know what the future holds. You don't know what you're gonna do or what the world life is gonna throw at you. Do you get what I'm saying? But we gotta keep things real with ourselves. Do you get what I mean? Think to yourself, how am I gonna act? Do you get what I mean? If things don't go the way that I'm planning on it, am I just gonna crash out and fucking, no, you gotta think about what's gonna be most beneficial to you, regardless, because it no matter how many times you do something and then fail at it or something like that, all of these times are just practice runs for the time that you do get it right. Do you get what I mean? So if you've done something and it hasn't gotten the outcome that you wanted from it, you still have all of the room in the world to try again and to keep on trying, because that's how we make the best thing out of it. Is we're not gonna get it right on the first go. We're not gonna and if we did, then what's the point in that? Because all of the point in all of this is the journey within that. So this new year is a really good time for yourself to look at okay, look at the journey that you've just been on, you know what I mean, reflect on it and reflect on how it's affected you, and then now it's time to look forward onto the journey that's upcoming. Do you know what I mean? And how are you gonna be present within that, and how are you gonna react and respond to things when they come to you, because regardless of whether you I don't know, whether it's doesn't go well, or if it does go really well, let's say you're trying to make millions of dollars and let's say you lose millions of dollars, I don't know, what would you do in that scenario? Would you just be fuck it, I'm just gonna kill myself, blah 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 blah? No, you gotta move forward and you gotta act accordingly. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, money is money, and yeah, money's money. It's a bit of a hard one because you kind of do need money to live nowadays, but it's never something that you can't get. Getting money, you can get a job, you can do jobs for people, you can do all sorts of things to get money. So it's not the end of the world. You can always make more money. And look at it on the other side. If you get loads of money and that was your dream, getting millions of dollars, what are you gonna do with that? You're just gonna go buy a Lambo and spend it all in one go? No, you gotta think about, how am I gonna act if the things do go right and if they do go wrong? Everything is a lesson, you know what I mean? You've heard stories of people winning the lottery and spending it all in a year. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be building a sustainable life for yourself. You want to be building generational wealth, you know what I mean? You're not just being rich, you know what I'm saying? The goal isn't be rich. The goal is to be free and be able to do what you want to do, and to have that, like, I don't know, have that weight lifted off your shoulders mainly. So yeah, just look at it like, how am I going to act if the things I do want go right, or if they go wrong? Do you know what I mean? Like, and like, also just make sure that, like, when you are like thinking about these things, just don't try, like, our egos can get the better of us, do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad, like, but you gotta take your ego out of this, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be like, I don't know, once ego gets involved in things, they don't really go well. So you gotta also look at, like, okay, how am I like perceiving myself, or how am I like, because ego can go both which ways. It can go like you're really egoic of yourself, or you're like really not, like the opposite. Like, ego is a scale, and like we all have ego. Like, this is a thing, like ego's been a thing, and it's what differentiates us from like all of the other species in the world. It's our ego and how like mad it can get. So like, when we're like looking at the things that, like, our journey in front of us and also in our journey behind us, think about how your ego is affecting it. Because like, realistically, all of our memories, like, we are very biased. Like, we are so fucking biased. So all of these memories that we have, like, we're very biased towards ourselves. Like, we usually feel like we're in the right in most situations because, our brain's programmed that way. And like, it literally, like, because we've, I don't know, watch my other videos if you want to get into the brain stuff. But like, basically, our brain, just like everything that we've ever experienced, like, we are just like a, like, manifestation of everything that's happened to us. We're like a sponge that like has absorbed all this stuff, and then like everything that we do is you like squeezing the sponge and all the water coming out, basically. So like, yeah, in that sense, you got to realize that a lot of our memories are biased, and a lot of the things that we want are biased as well. Like, just realize ego is always there, and just wonder how is it affecting my views on things, on the things that I want and the things that I don't want. Because a lot of people, like, they got this idea of what they want in their head, but it's not really like what they want. It's just like what they think will like make their ego feel so good, like, oh, having riches, having money, having all of this stuff. But like, does that actually benefit you? Does it? Because like, you look at the cases of a lot of celebrities and a lot of billionaires, they're all drug addicts, and what I'm saying, like, depressed as fuck. And like, you gotta realize, like, do I want that for myself, or do I just want to be sustainably happy? And like, because the goal isn't like, your goal shouldn't be like, oh, I want to be rich and blah 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 blah. Your goal should be your own goals, you know what I mean? Like, everyone has that goal, like, oh, be rich, but like, you gotta have like, you gotta think about what you want to do in this life. Like, what's your bucket list? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to check off for this year that's specific to you? You know what I mean? Like, you want to get rich, okay, make a business. You know what I mean? What's your business? Like, what's your thing that you're bringing to the table? Because like, that is the real way that you will get paid from this. Like, to be honest, is like your like love for what you're doing. And like, do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not about the riches or the money. It's about you loving what you're doing and you being happy, like, internally. And like, yeah, so like, we gotta think to ourselves, like, is our New Year resolutions, are they actually like good for us, or is this just another thing that my ego's creating, so then I feel like less sorry for myself? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, think about what's best for you. Like, who are you trying to be? And like, like, how do you want to grow? Because this is the real question. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're watching this or whether you're gonna do it like at the start of the new year, at the fucking middle of winter, and at the start of summer. Like, who cares when you do it? But once you start this journey of like realizing, oh shit, like I am partially responsible for everything in my life. Like I am basically responsible for everything in my life, and like who I am in life, which is the most important part, like how I react to things and how I respond to other people, and like how I like transcribe that in my head. Like we're all like, you know, that's our own conscious things, and yeah, our like environments and the things that have happened to us affect that, but we're the ones who are in charge. We are the ones who like are standing guard at the door and can be like, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, like, you're allowed in, you're not allowed in. Like that's the power that we hold like within our brain, you know what I mean? So yeah, like when you're coming into this new year, you got to realize like, okay, I am actually really fucking powerful, and if I like I'm dedicated on something, and if I just persevere through, then I can get it done. Like, you know what I mean? Whether this is like, you know, new diet or like new ways of thinking, or just like generally like getting your money up or something like that, like whatever it is, like you are capable of doing anything that you put your mind to, you know what I mean? So you gotta think about how you're gonna do it, and like it's hard, but like it's a lot easier when you take little steps, you know what I mean? Like make simplify it to like the most simple like way that you can think of, like, you know what I mean? And then it does become a lot easier doing that, because then it's not like this big, you gotta do this, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you gotta do this, and then you do that, and then you do this, and then you do that, and then you do this, and then you do that, you know what I mean? It's like a set of instructions for yourself, basically. And yeah, I don't know. But this is what I'm doing coming the new year. I am planning on growing even more within my life and who I am as a person, and like in within my own projects. Like, and this is another thing, like if you guys have been a regular on the channel, then like most of this channel is just talking, but I am a huge artist like within many forms, so I'm gonna be uploading a lot of that stuff, so keep in mind. But a lot of it is quite tied into the stuff that I talk about. Like, yeah, I'm a very passionate person, what can I say? But like I'm really excited for this new year and to see like the growth of my projects that I'm doing and that I'm like really locking down on. And this is the fun of it. Like life is what you make it, you know what I mean? And like I'm having like so much joy in this, and even just talking like to you guys, like my voice is all fucked up, but I still wanted to do this because like at the end of the day, like I actually really do rate it. I really do rate how like people are getting inspired from it. So I'm just trying to keep that going, you know what I mean? Like I want to see you guys win. I want to see what you guys are doing in 2026. Do you get what I mean? Like I want to see the growth. Like, and this is like the fun of it, is that like I can see who you guys are when you comment, and like I'm excited because this is a new chapter for you as much as it is for me. And like although it's like not a real new year and blah 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 blah, like who gives a fuck? Like this is the start of 2026 and we can make it what we want it to be, you know what I mean? And like last year, 2025 was the year of the snake, and like shedding all of our old habits and old lifestyles and just shedding everything that's not meant to be there. So if your life felt like, wow, what the fuck's going on? I'm losing everything, or blah 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 blah, it's probably because you're shedding what is like holding you back initially. And like when we think about things like, oh, things that we've lost and stuff like that, like in the moment, yeah, it can feel like, fuck, I've lost so much stuff that like is really important to me. But like when you're looking at the real grand timeline of your life and you're like 20 years from now, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, fuck, like that formed me into the person who I am today. And I am so grateful that I went through that, because like otherwise I wouldn't have known. And that is the like main takeaway of it, is that like a lot of the time we have our own bias on like situations that we've gone through, or like the bias like for the future, and like how we visualize like the past, present and the future of ourselves, like with our ego. Like we put a lot of our ego into these memories, or into these like, you know, visions of ourselves. But like the real gist is that like we don't know what is going to happen, and we don't know why things are going to happen. And that is the main part. A lot of things, everything, now fuck a lot of things, everything in this world happens for a reason. And a lot of the time you won't know it. You won't know the reason. And in fact, you'll be like, what the fuck? Like, there should not be any reason for this. Like, why am I getting punished right now? But like, there is a reason for it a lot of the time. And like, all of the time, there's always a reason. But like, regardless, like, it shapes you into who you are. And it like, it makes you who you are. And like, yeah. And we're at this point of you, who you are right now, and me, who I am right now, and the versions that we are becoming, you know. And like, all that we have to do is know where we're trying to get at, and like work towards it. Like, that's literally all it takes. Literally all it takes. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck in that, and have a happy new year. Like, I know this is a late video, sorry I like lost my voice, but like honestly, I wish you the best in this new year, and I cannot wait to see your growth. If you're on the channel, like, and you type messages on it, then can't wait to see what you're doing. Like, this time next year, it's gonna be mad, and I know that you have the potential to be doing anything that you put your mind to. And same goes for me, and I'm excited to see where I take myself this year as well. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. See ya, bye. Wouldn't want to be ya.